back to Tottenham, and everything seems to be going wrong at this moment in North London.
Full-time whistle goes on a topsy-turvy night for Tottenham. Galatasaray 3, Tottenham 2.
Fair play to Spurs for staying in the game, but they were shocking for, I'd probably say, an hour.
Every time they go forward, we're so open. It's draining sometimes to watch because you sat there as a fan thinking, just adapt, just change your style of football. But he won't.
Just wanted to say absolutely pathetic yet again. Do everyone a favour and just put Ryan Mason back in charge. At least he knows what he's doing.
And the full-time whistle has gone, and Ipswich Town have their first Premier League win of the season. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Ipswich Town 2.
What's the issue? I think the issue is Postecoglou and that playing style. That they're easy to play against. Good teams will pick you off.
He's down to me. I've got to make sure that I try and find a way for us to become a more consistent side.
If it's down to him to motivate, he couldn't even motivate a can of tuna.
Okay, joining us now for more on this is former Spurs West Ham manager Harry Redknapp. Harry, good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning, Harry.
Harry, Andy, good morning.
Smashing, Harry. Thanks for joining us, pal. Well, where do we start? I mean, the first thing you've got to say, looking at it this morning, Harry, if Spurs win that game yesterday, they go third. And it's a game just about everybody expects them to win. I mean, it's a fantastic result for Ipswich. Make no mistake about that. But it was just, I mean, how can you explain that, Harry?
Well, I don't know. I mean, but Spurs are a little bit like that again this season, Ali, aren't they? You know, I think that's, I don't know, 4 or 5 losses they've had already. They are very open, but that's the players he's got. You know, he picks. They've signed players that, you know, the Madisons and out of this world, and good players, great on the ball. When they haven't got the ball and they turn the ball over, they really do look a very open a team that you can score against. So he's obviously, I think he's going to have to tighten up a little bit, really, and maybe look at the defensive side of the game a little bit more, because at the moment they are conceding too easily, you know.
Yeah. Harry, a lot of coaches nowadays, they don't seem to want to adapt for the moment, and maybe for a couple of weeks, for a few weeks, just try and take a clean sheet or two and not get beat or whatever. A lot of the guys nowadays seemingly have this word philosophy, and they want to stick to it through thick and thin, which is, you know, listen, it was always, back in our day, Harry, it was always about, if it's not happening in the moment, you've got to do something about it.
Absolutely, and you know, you go out to win football matches and philosophies and God knows what. In the end, you know, if it's not working, it'll only get you the sack. So you've got to adapt. You can't keep playing the same way if things are going wrong. You've got to look at it. Hang on, I remember when I was at Portsmouth, we were conceding, we weren't scoring, conceding a few, and I thought, I'm going to tighten things up, Andy. You know. Yeah. And I went and played one up. We'd always play with 2 strikers. I thought, I'm going to play with one up. We're going to keep it tight today. We played Reading. I thought we're going to have a tight game. We might nick a 1-0, but we're going to keep it tight. Yep. But it ended up 7-4. I mean, Wally Downs looked over to me. Wally Downs was on the touchline. I think it was about 5-3 at the time. I said, what's the score? I said, I'm not sure. I think it's 5-3. But no, so I mean, philosophies and whatever. And it's about good players, as we all know, and Ali, you know, getting the best out, getting them in the right positions, but obviously making sure that you've got a base and you are nice and solid to start with. So,
I think Harry, they do look a little bit more solid when Van de Ven plays. I know everybody speaks about his pace, but he actually, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, he seems to calm down the defenders around him as well.
Yeah, I mean, he has got pace, but the lad who's come in's an international player as well.
Dragusin,
you know, the fullbacks bomb forward, the right back loves to go forward, but they are open defensively. And, you know, in the middle of the park, they do, at times they look very open. But listen, you know, as you say, a win yesterday, they go third in the league. It's, you know, people are very quick to turn. A few weeks ago, Angie's like, you know, oh my God, what is, you know, he's God's gift to Tottenham and things are going great. And then you have a couple of defeats and it turns so quickly. You've got to be patient and let's see how they go throughout the season. But I'm sure he'll look at it and think, well, maybe I do need to just be a little bit tighter in certain areas and make sure that we don't keep getting, we can't keep getting beat. We need some results and claw one or two ugly 1-0 wins out, perhaps.
Yeah. Absolutely right. I'll tell you who could do with an ugly 1-0 win. West Ham. Oh, Harry.
Yeah. It's disappointing for them. You know, they've had a disappointing season so far, but the manager's copping at the end of it, Andy. The recruitment. I don't know. I haven't been to the games at Upton, at West Ham, not Upton Park, the old at West Ham Stadium, whatever it is now, London Stadium. But the recruitment, obviously, and the good players at the moment they're not performing really, and it's very difficult. The manager cops the blame. I don't know. The people that make the recruitment, who brings the players in, if they're not good enough, it wouldn't be him. He's only a small part in that, a small cog in that wheel. And, the manager takes the blame at the end, but you want to look at who recruited some of these players. They're obviously one or two of them are not good enough. And it's very similar, around the Man United are the same, aren't they? You look at them, look at some of the recruitment they've made in the last year or two. They've spent fortunes on average players, and they've not recruited well enough, West Ham. That's their big problem. But they've got to be patient. Listen, David Moyes did a great job there. They can't suddenly go and kick another manager out. They've got to give him time, and his record, he's managed at the very, very top level. So I think at the moment the players need to take a good look at themselves, and the ones that he's brought need to start performing to the standard that they were bought for.
Yeah, good
Harry,
point. Very good point.
Most important question of the week, Harry. Any golf this week lined up?
I'm just off to play with Tony Pulis today.
Brilliant.
He'll probably bore me to tears. You know what he's
I
like.
think that's a guarantee, Harry.
It'd be a tight game, but he'd give nothing away,
Harry, what's your handicap and what's Tony's?
Oh, we play off levels.
Do
we
you?
play off levels. We could be 15 or 18. We don't know. Depends.
Depends what day it is.
We're levels. He normally, last week he done me on the last hole, but and he won three golf balls off me.
I know you'll take this the right way, Harry. I don't see the two of you flying around the course in 3 hours, mate.
Oh, no, we've got the buggy.
Oh, now you're talking.
We've got the buggies. Buggies are back onto that Remedy Oak. So we're over there on the buggy, me and Tony. Put the world to right. He's just made an incredible documentary about academies. It sounds he's interviewed everybody: Fergie, Angelotti,
brilliant,
Pep, and it's all about academies and the lack of kids that are coming from academies into first teams. If you look Saturday again or Sunday, very, very few kids would have played that actually came through them clubs' academies. It's the percentage. I think the week before, David Pleat was telling me, I think it was about 8 players or something crazy in the Premier League had come through that club's academies. Something's got to be done. We've got to start getting more kids coming through the youth teams, through the academies.
Here, Harry. Please pass the best wishes on to Tony. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks,
Good
Harry.
talking to you, lads.
Take care, mate.
Do you know, Ali, I spoke to Tony about that. I didn't realise he was making a doco about it, but I did speak to Tony about academies, and I knew there was some work that he was doing in that respect, and about finding mentors and people to kind of try and really encourage these younger lads to stay with football and stick with football when things aren't always going quite so well and everything's not perhaps appearing as it should be. So clearly Tony's trying to do a lot of work there to encourage good young players to keep playing their football and hopefully get an opportunity, and that's what it's all about. These boys,
100%,
a lot of talented boys there, but they need a chance.
Of course they do, mate. What about that game of golf today? Can't see too many gimmies. Take that away.
Oh no,
Tony, I can't see Harrison. Take that away, mate.
No.
I'm giving you that.
All
one.
them little 2-foot putts.
They're getting sunk. They're getting sunk, mate. Coming up, we will be turning our attention to the title race and take your calls on 03717 22 3344.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.